Good day and welcome to Channel 42. I am your host, Fox Wild, and have an interesting one here for you from The Modern King is who I collected this clip from, and it's talking about our favorite topic, women. Are they evil? Well, let's get into it. Let's see what this woman has to say about it.
Okay, so this is something that I honestly been pondering on actually for a few years now. I remember what the Bible said about women and you know, like the evil spirit, what the Bible says about the Jezebel spirit and, you know, things I see that women do, things I know and heard that women do. The paternity issue, how these women lay next to a man for years, looking a kid in the eyes for years, knowing there's no relation, how good men get stomped out, how kids are just used for a check. I've come to the conclusion that I think women are just pure evil. Like, I really think women are just pure evil. Women are naturally evil beings, I believe, and only a woman who's honest about our natural nature of being deceptive can change it.
She is spitting facts, and she mentions in this clip the Bible. Now, to me, when I say Bible, I mean the Tanakh, what you would call the Old Testament. And let's consider that for a moment since she mentioned it, and of course, you know, it's a favorite topic of mine being a Jew, and being very hip on what is actually written and what it actually means. And being able to dissect it and put it into terms that you can relate to easily. Let's consider, shall we, children, the story of Adam and Eve. Let's go back to the beginning, the first man and woman. They're in the garden. Now there's a joke out there about how, you know, they're in there and Adam says, you know, isn't this great, Eve? We've got this perfect garden, all this food that will never grow old, we'll never be hungry, and everything's that we want and desire is gifted to us. Isn't this wonderful? And she goes, yeah, still isn't enough, is it? And it's called the ultimate Uno reverse or something, and the women in this podcast sit there blank-faced. Was that it? Yeah, that was the joke. And they're like, well, I thought there'd be more. Instantly proving what the point the man was trying to make. And are women evil? Well, let's take a look at Adam and Eve. When Eve is in the garden, she's away from her husband working, like a modern woman in her career. And another man slithers in, like often happens with women off working their career, right? They have Joe Cool or Chad come in from work who starts talking to them about things, just like the serpent did in the Garden of Eden. Now, what does the serpent say? The first thing he says is, did God, Hashem, really say that you can't eat from any of these trees in this garden? They look delectable. It was a question, no lie. Can you eat from any of these trees? Did he really tell you you can't eat from any of these trees? And Eve, oh, no. He said we can eat from any tree in the garden. But she doesn't stop there, does she? That's the old loose lips sink ships scenario. She then says, well, except for those trees in the center of the garden. Those two trees? She calls them to attention, doesn't she? So Eve calls attention to the two trees in the center of the garden. And we're presumed that they go up to them because it says that, Satan asks again a question, why is it you can't eat from these two trees? Well, Hashem said that if we ate from them, we would die. And Satan chuckles, no. My dear woman, you won't die. It's just that God knows that if you ate from these trees, you will become just like him and know good from evil. Where's the lie? We know that isn't a lie because later on it says that Hashem said, man has become like us and knows good from bad, good from evil. I hope you're enjoying this episode on Channel 42. If you are, please like and subscribe and turn on that notification. Thank you. Anyway, she listens to another man, just like a modern woman today in their relationships when they're off at work. And she sees this fruit and she starts inspecting it. And she also starts thinking for herself. Instead of going to the man who's her charge and asking questions, she listens to this other man, this slick snake in the grass, Chad, And she starts thinking for herself and says, this fruit is good to eat and good for knowledge. She decides on her own. She then eats of the fruit, and what happens next? Well, she clearly doesn't die because she takes it to her husband and gives it to him. Nowheres in there does it say that she told the man where she got the fruit. Just that she brought the fruit to him and said, here's some fruit. And he ate from it. Typical of a woman. I mean, check out some of the FBI files and the criminal files. What's the number one way that women unalive their spouse or other people when they do it? Poisoning. Right? Anyways, she didn't tell him. That's kind of sin, the sin of omission. She didn't tell him where she got the fruit. She just brought him fruit, and he ate it because he trusted her. Then Hashem comes in. Adam hides from him, and says, when accosted about, why are you hiding? Well, I was naked. Who told you were naked? You ate from the tree. He knew exactly what happened, right? Hashem then proceeds to ask Adam what happened. Well, this woman you gave to me fruit of the tree, and I did eat. Tells the truth. She brought him fruit, he ate it, stuff happened. Then he looks at the woman and says, what happened? Well, immediately, just like a modern woman today, what does she do? She says, she dodges responsibility and puts the blame onto someone else. The serpent duped me. He didn't lie. He told her the honest to God truth. We know this because Hashem backs it up later on. And the whole reason they were kicked out of the garden was so they wouldn't eat from the tree of life and live forever. Nothing has changed. Women do the exact same thing today that they did in the Garden of Eden. They deny responsibility and somehow make another man or the man of their life or whatever responsible for their actions. Well, the serpent duped me. You duped yourself, chick, and ate us out of house and home. So, are women evil? Well, Satan isn't the one who told the first lie. It's actually Eve. So a woman did. So I'm going to go with yes on this one. Yes. This is what happens, men. Guard your marriages. Don't let them have male friends. Woman belongs in the home, taking care of the home, not out fraternizing with other men. Because that's when trouble starts. And they, of course, will deny their responsibility and try to blame the man for it. You made me cheat. It's because of you. When she decided on her own and started thinking for herself. Continuing on with the video.
Like, for example, I know that naturally there's a selfish, gimme, I want that type of way about me. So, about people, period, but especially women.
Spot on. It was Eve that decided she wanted that fruit, right?
So if you can't be honest and say that that's in there, then you can't deal with it and address it. And so I've noticed that the women who say they're the dopest, they're the this, they're the that, are usually the worst, because you have to acknowledge the beast in you in order to tame it. And so I really just think most women are naturally evil. Period. I just think they're evil.
Isn't this a sublime view? Are you the type of girl that likes this type of thing? Out in nature, sitting by the water? Are you a nature girl? A bit of a tomboy, down to earth? Are you under the age of 22, in other words? Of legal age up to the age of 21 and willing to date an older gentleman? Check out the video, Date Fox Wild, Hunting a Unicorn. I'm single and I'm looking for a bride.
And not even just how they deal with men and kids makes them evil, but how they deal with each other. Women are so jealous, deceptive, conniving. Like, you can just feel the evil when you are in the presence of certain women. You can walk in a room and you just feel the daggers. You just feel that demonic spirit. Women are evil. I don't care what nobody say. Women are untrustworthy, deceitful, demonic beings. I said what I said. And I fully agree with her. Comment below. Men, do you agree with what she said? And if you like the content that I'm putting out in the commentary, please like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Let's hear what the modern king has to say on this topic.
This stems from them refusing to take accountability. As we saw here, women who acknowledge these things can call it out and keep it in check. But ones that refuse to take any amount of accountability because they don't believe anything they do is wrong, let these behaviors run unchecked. A lack of accountability is the #1 reason for most bad behaviors we see.
And that is very true. The king is spot on that. Women don't like to be held accountable for their actions. They don't like that at all. And that's, yeah, I was married for 13 years and some months, and I can tell you for a fact, they don't like being held accountable. They will try every dodge they can think of in stories and whatever to try to make it so it's somebody else's fault and they're the victim. Women are experts at this, men, and the #1 thing you can do is don't fall for it. Stay on target when you're having these discussions, and don't let her sidetrack you, and don't let her pull you into your emotions, because that's what they want. They want an emotional response from you and to do something that they can hold against you. So stick to the facts, don't accept their blame, and turn it right back on them. Keep them accountable. And, well, walk away. Because if they're cheating on you, they're going to cheat again. I'm Fox Wild. Thank you for watching. Please, again, like and subscribe. Bubbles up. Semper Fi. Semper Paratus.